Yeah, it has started. So, hi, Mahima, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. And how about you? How are you doing?
Yeah, I was also doing great, and I was waiting since morning for this session. As you know, we
Oh,
decided and committed to each other. So, I want to be on time. For me, the time
okay.
management is very important thing. Yeah, who gets frustrated, when you are not on the time. But yeah, but sometimes it happens. We as a human being can be late. Yeah. Okay. So, how is the life treating you?
Life is treating me well. And what about you? How's your journey is going on? As I got to know about from your email, you are a YouTuber. So I just want to know about that.
Yeah, yeah, life is treating well and everything is really going good and great by the God power, I will say. And as far as the YouTube is concerned, it's been a year that I'm uploading conversations, and with every conversations, I'm evolving, I'm thriving, I'm improving, and that is what I am gratitude for. Okay, so yeah, that's all going on, and we will be talking further in the conversation. But before that, I would like you to give your introduction so that our audience can know about each other, the new audience who is going to watch this video.
Okay, sure. And first of all, thank you so much for your invitation. And my name is Mahima Shukla. I'm connecting you from Uttar Pradesh. And I have done my bachelor. Currently, I'm pursuing master. And simultaneously, I'm working on my communication. And I recently have started my own YouTube channel.
Mm.
And as for my hobbies, so I love traveling and reading a book. So that's a bit about me.
Okay, great. Okay, so would you like to know me something about me? You already know through my video by any chance?
Sorry, but I haven't got chance yet to go through your profile, but I would love to listen to you a little bit.
Okay, great. So as you can see my name on the display, my name is Shravan Madhesya, and I'm connecting to you from Gorakhpur city. And as far as my education is concerned, currently I'm pursuing my master degree in computer application. And my hobbies are reading books, listening music, connecting with various individuals. These are something more or less about me. Yeah, thank you.
That's great. That's
Yeah,
great. So, as you mentioned, you're pursuing your master, which is NCA, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
yeah, you're right.
Okay. So, how are you managing with your study YouTube? Because YouTube is really time consuming, especially when you create a video and edit and thumbnail and everything. You're like,
Yeah, you are absolutely right, Maima. Yeah, it is sometimes quite difficult to manage both the things, your studies and YouTube too. What happens in studies, if you are doing it with a regular college where you have to go daily, whether you have to write down your assignment and you have to basically you have to go daily in your college. So that time it is quite difficult for me to manage all the things. So I try to do session on the Sundays, maybe on the weekends. But sometimes what happens when there is exams on the head, when there is semester exams, at that very moment I have to take some time to quiet and then I start. But yeah, now it has been in my habit to do session, and along with that I am pursuing my master degree, so I have to be involved in so many things, including the college curriculum. You as a college student must relate with me. There are many things in the college that you have to go through that, and I don't know whether I should mention here or not. I am the elected member in my college, where I am having the post of treasurer, where I have to whatever happens in the college, like club related thing for the oral improvement of the student, or maybe any kind of events that is happening, we have to organize that because we elected as a member. So we have lots of responsibility on the shoulder, you can say, along with the studies. But I think this responsibility makes you brighter in your life. The more responsibility you would be having on your shoulder, you are going to grow in your life, you are going to be stronger in your life. So I never stay away from these responsibilities. I like it. Moreover, I teach students also who are beginner at this language, so there are many things to do on the plate. But yeah, I'm enjoying. I am just really liking the process of being busy. You tell me, other than studies, you started your YouTube channel. How do you see with the lens of your eyes, whether you are liking it or not, or whether you are looking it to make your profession? You want to make it your profession, YouTube?
honestly, I'm saying the moment I started my YouTube channel where I created, I was out of the blue. Like suddenly it came in my mind
Mhm.
because I had a fear of facing a camera. I can say still I have. I can't like say like completely is vanished. No, still I have. So that's the reason I started my YouTube channel. Yeah, of course, I can say when people start their YouTube channel, they have some certain expectation. In my case, I have started with only to overcome of my fear. I don't have much expectation for now, and in future, if it grows, of course, I will be very grateful for that.
Amazing. And who inspired you to open up your YouTube channel?
No one's inspired me. Honestly, I'm saying it's my own idea.
Okay, great. I had gone through your YouTube channel where I saw you were converging with tutor. So are you also taking online classes through any platform like English Yari or maybe Clappingo?
English Shari, I haven't enrolled there. And so far, I have taken there, I guess, more than not more than 15 session.
Oh,
So yes, I have subscribed there for a 3 month. So I guess it's I'm going to complete soon.
okay. So
So far, my experience is
is it helping you to improve your English and your communication skill?
I can say, yeah, it's improve. It's of course it's improving, and but you don't have to only rely on your tutor. No, you have to also put efforts, right? Because on 25 minutes of observation, they can tell you where you are lacking, right? They can point off your weak areas, but ultimately you are the one you have to work on your flaws.
So far, so good. You are absolutely right. As a tutor, they can guide you about your mistakes. Rest of the things you have to do by your own. They can tell you that you have to read, so you have to do read. They can tell you that you have to do active listening. That is in your hand to do active listening. So they can guide you. And but yeah, those tutors are experienced. They are good at it. And I also had taken few classes from Clappingo a year back. That was good to take classes in case you are looking forward to enhance your communication skill and English language. But if you are a beginner, if you are a totally beginner where you do not know how to frame sentences, then it might be not possible for you to interact with those tutors and to put your thoughts on the table, as they do not teach you the basic grammar on the board or something like that. They will directly interact with you, will give you a topic to speak on, and at the end of the day, they will give you a feedback. And on the basis of the feedback, you are going to work on yourself further in your life. Okay, great. I also got to know about you that you are doing your master's in English literature, right?
But I'm
You know,
doing actually
okay,
from doing from
distance.
this.
But yeah,
Yes,
in distance learning too, you have to study for the exams, right?
right. But my classes have not started yet, and it's going to start month of September.
So recently you have taken your admission into master's, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, so in your bachelor, there was English literature as a subject.
Bachelor of Science. I have done my graduation in Bachelor of Science.
So you are you PCM student? PCB, right? So is it possible to do masters in English literature if you have PCB or PCM?
Of course, I don't think so. There's any criteria if you're from the different because people who've completed their BCA and the BSc and all, then they can also do their master, I mean English literature. Even
Oh,
you can hold the double degree of master if I'm not mistaken, because someone my acquaintance they told me they have completed master in environment science and I mean English literature also. So it's possible.
you can do masters in as many subjects as you want. There's no problem in that. But yeah, I want to know from you that being a student of PCB, how did you choose to do masters in English literature?
Like honestly, I'm saying it's not like about PCB, like my graduation I did just because to get a degree of graduation. Okay, so was not my choice to pursue my degree in sorry Bachelor of Science. Okay,
Okay,
but I had no choice then. That's the reason I did. And I mean English something I have chosen because I got interest in English. So that's the
okay,
story.
okay. That's why you also created your channel and then you are trying to hustling and bustling with the YouTube channel. Yeah, that's great, fantastic.
First I created, then I enroll myself for a master.
Okay, you know, I English masters in English literature or maybe masters in English language, these courses have been always fascinated me. And as a student, I also want to do that because in case if I am making my career into this field, I should have a degree, or maybe I should have a master degree in English literature because that can give you an extra edge to your career. You might be working as a sorry, you might be working as a English teacher or maybe a tutor. You can showcase your portfolio that yeah, I have done my masters in English literature and I can teach people, I can teach a student, I can teach English. Yeah, that give you an authority that yes, you have a degree. It means that you somehow or other you know about the subject, so you can teach as well, you can deal with it. Yeah. So great.
And what about you, like as you pursue your master's, so do you have any plan for a corporate for now, or what do you want to do? What's your goal?
I, to be very honest, I am not certain in my life because, life is not something that you can decide it what you want and it is going to be possibly happen in the same way. Suppose you want to become something like that, it does not mean that the path is going to be in the right direction always. Sometimes you want to become something, but you did not become and you become something else. Life is like that. And I always believe that, yes, I'm doing my master degree in computer application, which is going to open up the path of IT sector, which is corporate field, as you mentioned. And I want to make my career there. But as you know, the employment in that career too is highly competitive and people are hustling there as well. They are struggling there to get even a simple job. And for that, they are just because everybody is doing the same. Like loads of the student, most of the student, they are choosing the same career. And now as AI has come in the market, artificial intelligence, which is somehow or other snatching the job of most of the employee. And by the time of 2030, the jobs are going to be decreased drastically. So making career in that field is also challenging. But yeah, I want to make my career there, but I am also coming and going with the plan B, which is YouTube. When I started my YouTube channel, there was no plan, something like that I am going to make my career here. The only purpose to create this channel was to make my English fluency better and to work on my communication skill. As I was struggling to communicate in English with the people, so once I created my channel, I got many people to mail. I mailed to I my by myself approached lots of people to communicate in English, and that's how I get a platform to enhance my English speaking. But in the process of learning this language, communicating with people, doing conversations on the daily basis, uploading videos on the channel, I started getting a student. So once I started getting a student who are seeking to learn this language, I started conversing with them and then they are started taking classes to me. So that you can say that was a cherry on the cake. That's something that you like to do and students are there for you. They want to take classes from you because they believe that you can teach them. So it is helping you financially as well. So YouTube is always my plan B because this is something that I like to do. This is my passion, you can say. But yeah, I want to make my career into IT field. Of course, that is my first choice because my degree is in that field. Yeah.
So I would say you can on a YouTube also because of course you get off on weekends where you can create your content and upload it. So you don't have to completely take a break from YouTube if
Of
it's your passion.
Yeah, of course. When you like to do something, you do it at any pace. It doesn't matter how tired you are, how your life is. Look, something that we like to do, we do it, no matter how we are tired. I believe this is. And YouTube is something, conversation is something that I can do at any time. Suppose I am tired, completely exhausted, I can still do session with people if I got a mail by any chance. Because this is something that I like to do. And if it is going to start helping me financially, amazing. This is wonderful because this is something that I like to do, and I have made this my career. So this is something that is cherry on the cake, as I mentioned earlier. So I'm enjoying this. I'm really enjoying this doing session with the people. And at the very same time, it is helping you as a person. You are going to make network here. You can going to make lots of friends who can help you further in your life, right? I have got network of a lot of people who is always ready to help me, to assist me further in my life. If you want to do something, you can do that. They are always supporting you because look, I'm telling you one example. Okay, there are my few friends who have done TOEFL, who are TOEFL certified. They started channel like this, and they went into some of the interviews. They cracked interviews. They shared with me. Look, I went there. I gave interview like this. I passed the interview. Now I can become a tutor. So I also got to know lots of ideas from there. Okay, so this is something helping me as well. So yeah, that's blessing. I can say YouTube is blessing. Yeah.
Right. And I hope your channel will grow. And by the way, when did you exactly start your YouTube? Sorry, I forget to ask this.
Yeah, I started my YouTube just 1 year down the line, and the whole agenda to start the channel was to work on my communication skill. I was completely devastated in front of camera when it comes to speak with somebody. As you said, that I am quite nervous. Maybe for you it is you have done more than 20 sessions approximately. I'm guessing, but I have done now more than 200 sessions with the people. So you can guess in starting how I used to be. I was feeling so nervous and I started making things mess up, did blunder. And with blunder, with speaking continuously with the people, I learn. With the process, you learn. In a formal setting, in a formal setting when you learn, maybe you had a good knowledge about grammar and everything like that. But here on the conversation, when you do conversation, you get constant appreciation with the people. And also you get to know about your own mistakes. Suppose I created a video. After that, I'm going to watch this video again because I have to edit it. While editing, I'm going to watch my video. So I am going to get some certain mistakes. Of course, we as a human being do mistakes. So, okay, I try to write down, okay, here I did a mistake. Here I can have a different sentence structure. Maybe I can use a better form of sentence. Maybe I can use this kind of grammatical things, or maybe I can use an idiom. So in this way, I try to write it down and try to improve with each video conversations that I do. And like this, it helps you, I guess. So this is the best way to learn anything, I guess.
What do I do by my own? I can say I read. As I mentioned, it's my hobby. So I read books. And apart from that, I watch podcasts and conversation videos also. Like Rajni ma'am, she uploads, I guess, every alternate day, right?
Yeah.
So I have read only self-help books. So I don't have idea about other genre, but I want to try my hands on novels.
Okay. You also like to do writing?
Writing is something I'm lacking. So
So
I have tried many times to write, but it couldn't last more than 2 days.
can you tell me one self-help book which you really like a lot, and that can be a suggestion for the viewers as well? If they want to start their journey of reading, they can also start with the self-help book. So if one book that you would like to suggest everybody, including me, that you personally really like a lot.
I would say there's many books. I can't tell you one
If
book, but
one.
yeah, among that, if I have to tell you, then there's a word there's a book you must have heard about others, Ikigai, correct?
Amazing. Ikigai.
Yeah, already you have read it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
most of the people know about that.
that's something good. Of course, everyone should read that. And where people are starting their journey as a beginner, so people can pick a book of Sudha Murthy. I guess
Yeah.
he's the best. Like there's a many books are there in a simple verse, and it's easy to understand. So which is something people can read. And there's a story books also. I forget that author name, Rodson, something like that. I forget it completely the name. So there's a storybooks we can also read. It seems very simple, but when it's come to the reading now, so we realize there's a structure and all. It's not easy where you can get the idea about the past tenses if we read a storybook. So
Sudha Murthy is such a really nice writer. The way she writes very simply, and it is outstanding to read that. You talked about Ikigai. What is this book all about? I have heard about this, but I have never read it. I read few paras on the platform like Facebook or some other platform. Maybe I watched a couple of videos regarding that Ikigai book, where Ikigai book suggests you and tells you how to live a life, how to live a healthy life, what to eat, what not to eat, sleep on time. And the whole idea comes from Japan because I think Ikigai is a Japanese word which means something. So can you just let me know more about this book if you can tell me?
yes, I guess they have shared that Japanese secret about, long and happy life and, where people having a less resources in their life, people constantly complain about that.
Yeah.
But in that book, you can know about, right? So
Wow.
with that least resources where you can live your life happily. And that was about the lifestyle, habit, and mindset. So that's all about in that book. It's been a long time when I read it,
Yeah.
so I can say the vague memory about that book.
I think it is more about gratitude. Just as you said, that people always complain about things and resources. But the moment you start feeling gratitude for everything you have, you started living a happy life. At the very same time, they are talking about diet. Like if you start eating after 6 p.m., you are going to fit and healthy. You're not going to be obese. And in India, it always happens that people start eating and they are having a king dinner in night. Every time. I think in everywhere in the India, mostly people eat a lot in night, but in morning they try to skip breakfast too. But breakfast is the time when you okay, Maima. Okay, interesting. So look, this conversation is raw and real. We do not decided anything. We do not plan that what we are going to talk about. So would you like to talk about any topic if you have something in your mind, or maybe you want to talk about English language communication skill?
Okay, then let's discuss about that because as we both want to improve our communication and already we've been working, for in this for a many like long times. You can say it's been a year, right? And so, what do you think? If people are often asked, like this question you might be came across, from your co-learner. People ask like, what do you suggest, sir? Like where I can get that fast fluency and I can improve myself fast. So, do you think is there any way to improve our communication in a faster way? I don't think so. What do you think?
Yeah, for people like those, I always say, anything in life you want first, and I don't think there is any rules or there is any concept or there is something like that I can give you and you can learn it fastly. But yeah, it depends on your efforts. But the first and foremost important thing to learn anything in life is have patience and perseverance. Like most of the student and some learners, when they try to take classes from me, they ask me, sir, can I learn English within a month? Can you teach me within a month? Or maybe can you tell me the certain time in which you can make me like you, when I can be a fluent speaker like you or something like that. I said, man, I am not going to claim anything. I am not going to say anything that, okay, I can teach you in 2 months, 3 months, 1 month. I can guide you. I can tell you about your mistakes. I can give you resources. I can give you assignment. Rest of the thing is in your hand. You have to do that. I'm saying do record and review. Try to record a video, speak, and try to watch your mistakes. Try to see your body language, hand gesture, eye contact. But you are not doing that on the other side. How I can help you to learn English fastly within a month or within 2 months? It comes from inside out. It is an inside motivation that hooks you up to learn anything in your life. So there is no fast forward concepts that I can tell you. But yeah, if you really want to improve, what you can do, I can suggest you to do conversation on the daily basis. Try to engross yourself and surround yourself with the English language. Converse with the people who are better in English than you, with whom you can just feel a bit nervousness and with whom you can feel a little bit challenging to interact and have a conversation. That can add some confidence in you, and that can add some extra value at the very same time. Look, there is a very famous quote always comes in my mind, that if you're the smartest person in the room, then you are in the wrong room. So try to be with the people who are better with you, who are better than you. If you're surrounded with the people where you are smarter, where you are better among everybody, there is no chances of learning anything. But if you're surrounded with the people who are greater than you in terms of language, in terms of experiences, in terms of everything, they can teach you better. Okay, so for learning English to become fluent and confident, first of all, what you have to do, try to surround yourself with English language. Whatever the content you are consuming, try to consume in English language. Watch, read, everything do in English language. Always have a person to learn. If suppose you are watching a conversations and you came across a new word, try to write it down in a diary. Try to implement it in your conversation. You said I like to watch podcasts. So there is two people. One people they like to watch podcasts only for the fun. But the second people like me or maybe like you who watch podcasts, and whenever I came across one vocabulary, even though it is a new vocabulary, I try to write it down. I try to listen it carefully that which kind of sentence they are using. Suppose look, I'm telling you one example and that can help you and the audience as well, and they can get the most out of it. You know about Anbirala Badia? He recently uploaded a podcast with a girl, Vivacious. I don't know whether I am able to pronounce it correctly or not. The girl name is Vivacious, right?
Not sure actually, and I
She
haven't
is
watched
just
that.
she's just 11-year-old girl. She's just 11
Okay.
year old girl, and with her she uploaded one podcast where she using one expressions, and I liked a lot.
Okay.
He was saying to her that when you enters in the room, everything's lighten up and it feels a very positive energy. And she was using the expression like, "That's so sweet. Come on." I really liked it a lot. So
That's so sweet, huh?
yeah, that's so sweet. Come on. So
Okay.
this was a small sentence. So when I watch podcasts, I not just only try to write down and try to observe and understand the vocabulary, sentence structure, the expressions. I try to write it down all and try to use it. The moment you are going to write it down everything, the next part comes in the picture is to implement. Okay. So try to implement that. And there is no straightforward answer, Mahima, to be very honest, that I can tell you how to be
I
fluent and
know, but
confident, because
no,
English
it's
has yeah, many things. There's many things to learn about English language: vocabulary, pronunciation, storytelling. How do you represent yourself? Body language, blah blah blah.
honestly, actually, we know about this, but with the people who are starting their journey just yet, right? They have a lot of expectation from themselves within a few months. So when they have a false expectation, they going to meet with that, you can say, where they feel demotivated after some certain period of time, because the time you are setting the time frame for yourselves, it's not like realistic.
It is very honest thing that you said, that the moment you set a framework, or maybe you set a boundary that I have to learn within a month, and if I cannot learn within a month, I left learning. Look, so if you have these kind of mentality where you are saying yourself within a month I have to learn, otherwise I am not going to learn, you never ever going to learn this language. Try to have patience and perseverance. Watch videos, try to understand, follow your coach or communication coach, or maybe if you're following a YouTuber who are better at the language, try to listen them carefully. One thing I would like to say about communication fluency and English speaking, which is very underrated, that is active listening. It is a very little and smaller word, active listening, but most of the people avoid it. Listening, that too, active listening is one of the essence of English speaking. If you are lacking with it, you are going to lack in terms of speaking well. So active listening is something, suppose you're talking to somebody and you are listening them so carefully that you are observing their each and everything, how they are talking, how do they using sentence structure, what is their facial expression and everything like that. So it is very important to do active listening. In that scenario, in that case, you will be able to ask question, you will be able to handle conversations beautifully. So it's very important thing. If I would ask you that, Mahima, tell me one thing that is the very important thing in communication skills. So what would you like to say through your experiences? If you have to
I can
choose
say,
one thing.
okay, like if you're asking about that communication skills where people do that activity in that extent, are you asking, or like exactly I don't get
Overall about communication skill, if you have to choose one thing that is very important, that is significant, that everyone should definitely follow, so what would be that? I want to know your answer.
I would say than listening, because this is something I have started with.
Amazing.
Like, yeah, as much like as you listen, your ears and your mind and your mouth muscles, and you can start like shadowing, imitate where you can try it while you're listening. So, which is going to help a lot.
You do shadowing?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So do you follow any celebrity or somebody, influencer or anybody to do shadowing?
There's a no particular person here, but yeah, I watch a few podcasts, which is one is Jay Shetty. You maybe know about him. Yeah, he
Yeah.
speaks well. And her wife also, the way she speaks, amazing. Her
Yeah.
wife name is Radhi, right? And there's a one more podcast, I guess Mel Robbins. She's from USA. I also like the native content. Most of the time I watch UK and US just to like understand their accent. It's important.
Don't you feel
So for that,
problem? Don't you feel
no,
problem?
earlier I used to feel, but right now I can understand. Not,
Oh.
I'm not saying 100%, but yeah, 80-70% what they're saying, I'm able to understand without subtitle.
Yeah, amazing. So great. I think you have shared really good tips. And if I can help people, maybe I have shared few things that can add some value in life of the people. I always try to bring something and talk about something that can have some value in the conversation so that people, if they are watching, that can help you. So we are about to
Right.
wind up our session here, Mahima. But before that, I would like to say thank you very much for joining this session. As I mentioned, and I mailed you, and you instantly mailed me back, and you make out your time and have a session with me, and it went really well. So thank you so much for joining this session.
It was a pleasure connecting with you. I also enjoyed a lot, and looking forward to connect with you again.
Okay, have a great day ahead. Take care. Bye.
You too.
Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Bye.